Welcome back to Video Game News. As always, of course, this is Goku-san DBZ. Now, today is going to be a relatively short edition of Video Game News. I'm mainly going to talk about a few specific topics. There was a lot of supposed leaks over the past week from Nintendo, but I decided not to talk about because I don't agree or support discussing about leaks unless it ends up confirmed by the actual game company themselves that's true, because otherwise it is nothing but complete speculation on the part of the person who reports it. So RGT85 can if he wants, but for me, no thanks. So with that said, first up, I'm not going to go in depth. I already did a long vlog about this a few days ago. But of course, Capcom released a new game policy on how people can use their material, gameplay, showing artwork and everything. I already went in depth on that the other day when I talked about it. So, on basis, just some of the very short basics. From now on out, people cannot do full long videos of showing like a complete amount of artwork from like a Capcom art book, and you can't show every page of material from a Capcom comic book. Also, no showing anything involving Capcom owned characters and skimpy clothing and stuff. So, in other words, a ban to Rule 34. So, with many of those things, that will affect me on the aspects of reviewing Capcom comic books and stuff. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do now unless Capcom changes. Also, people are banned from putting any Capcom related material behind a paywall like Patreon and stuff. It has to be available to the general public for free. Uh, on YouTube, on Twitch, and other streaming apps. But you can't hold Capcom related material behind paywall on Patreon. That is no longer allowed. And basically, from what I understand, they will take legal action against anyone who does do that. Will most likely be facing a lawsuit. Also, Capcom related character emotes and stuff on like Twitch are no longer allowed. So individuals like Maximilian Do and others cannot do that now. And there's many other things, and also they don't want you to upload strictly gameplay without any audio commentary. You must add something of yourself other than strictly uploading plain gameplay, which means from now on out, if I do Capcom related game stuff, I will have to add audio commentary over top, which sucks. I don't like because depending on the game, sometimes I don't mind adding insight like I have on some of the gameplay I've so far uploaded from Final Fantasy VIII Remaster, but that's different because that's a game I don't mind talking about and stuff because it's a game I have a good amount of knowledge on, given how many times I've played Final Fantasy VIII over the years. But with this, so yeah, that will affect how I distribute, I guess, in the future gameplays and stuff. Now, supposedly they're trying to push people to do more like reaction videos to their material, but as I've said before, I'll say it again, I do not do reaction videos. So I will not. Now, with that out of the way, also from Capcom over the past week, we got to see a lot of more in depth gameplay material and more of the upcoming stuff to the new Monster Hunter game coming out in March, Monster Hunter Rise. We got to see a trailer for some of the new creatures, monster creatures that you will get to fight in Rise. Also, a new mechanic, newer mechanic. Once you get to a certain level and certain stats and stuff, there will be a special gauge, and you'll be able to mount and briefly control a creature, so you will be able to manipulate a creature into attacking another creature. So, sort of similar, I guess you could say, to, say, like how God of War, you could jump on the back of, like, some giant creatures and control them briefly to defeat other creatures around them and stuff and then finish them off. You can't finish them off like that, but with the mechanic, it does make Monster Hunter Rise definitely more interesting. And they're also implementing stuff from older Monster Hunter games back into Monster Hunter Rise. So it's going to be very different art style, everything from like Monster Hunter World, which went for a bit more of a more realistic approach graphically speaking, and more went for like dinosaur type style creatures. This one's going to have that, but it's also going to have a bare variety of more unique design creatures from like some of the older Monster Hunter games. I appreciate that, more variety. Plus, got to see a new snow region in the upcoming Rise, which is cool. Also, quickly mention before I cut this video, is we got to see some announcements over the past week from SNK. The official announcement for the end of this month, we're going to begin an ultimate version of KOF 14 called like Ultimate Edition, which is going to include all 8 DLC characters, like 10 special DLC skins, so you'll be able to play with the entire roster of characters. So, but since I already had like half of the DLC characters already, and already had the base game, I won't begin the ultimate version. So far, they have only announced a release date for a digital version for North America. They show like a date for a digital and a physical version releases for Europe. But for some reason, there's no yet announcement for a physical version date in America for some reason. Have no clue why. Also, SNK announced a new up-to-date version of King of Fighters 2002, being called like Ultimate Edition. It is going to have the same King of Fighters remastered, graphically speaking, a little bit better visuals. Also, it will have online play, and it's been confirmed that it will be using rollback netcode. So, if you're a big fan of like the old school era of King of Fighter games, might check out getting King of Fighters 2002 to play online. Since it's going to have rollback, it's going to have the best netcode. So that's good news for old school SNK fans that maybe want to go online, play other people. This is a great opportunity since they've already done this for like KOF 97 and KOF 98 in the remastered versions. That's definitely pretty cool. Also, we got to see a better glimpse into the, looks like somewhat how the animation style and stuff is going to be in King of Fighters 15. Art style wise, it looks like a cross between King of Fighters 14 mixed with Samurai Showdown. So I definitely found that very interesting and fascinating. So I'm definitely going to be curious to see more on KOF 15. Now supposedly in like the next few weeks we're supposed to see actual in-game normal gameplay of it. We'll see how it goes. Now it's already been confirmed it is going to use rollback netcode in KOF 15, so that's good news because of how KOF 14 was online. So definitely for you online gamers who want a really good online experience against other fellow SNK fans, the ultimate version of KOF 2002 and the upcoming KOF 15 definitely will suit you then pretty well. Also, we got announcements for 2 new upcoming characters for Samurai Showdown. One, a returning character, and then a guest character from another SNK fighting series. That being, was it Last Blade 2, which is cool, and they chose one of the most popular characters from Last Blade 2. So it is going to be nice to see maybe bring a little more interest back into the Last Blade games. Would be nice given we did recently get like a remastered version of the game on digitally on like PSN store. I also got a limited physical release from, of course, Limited Run Games. But with that said, this is Video Game News. I'll see you all next time. Same YouTube time, same YouTube show. Hopefully you enjoyed the relaxing music in the background from, of course, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So with that said, stay safe and I'll see y'all next time.